Norm Froderman. John Hanley. Brian Garcia. Todd Brenza. Scott Lowe.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Yeah, that's to avoid feedback, though. There's few enough of us here. You could probably just turn them on and leave them.
Okay. Okay, you've had a chance to read the minutes. Are there any corrections or additions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
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 Motion approved. Old business, none. New business, 8049 Rosedale Road.
The petitioner is Sandcut Ventures. They are requesting two variances, 2 foot from the 30-foot front yard setback on Rosedale Road, 9 feet from the 10-foot side yard setback to the south in a neighborhood commercial district, C1, as set forth in section 91E3G1 of the Unified Zoning Ordinance for Vigo County of Terre Haute, Indiana. The petitioners have requested to rezone the property to a C1 neighborhood commercial district, UZO 1025, to be heard at the Area Plan Commission on July 2nd, with the condition of getting approval for the variances. In the past, this building was used as a schoolhouse, firehouse, and a community center, and was zoned RS Single Family Residential Suburban District. The petitioner has proposed a new convenience store, gas station, restaurant, and a drive-through on the vacant lot to the north, and is unsure of what will be placed in this existing building, if anything. It will have to follow the C1 zoning uses. The building was built in 1990 per the Vigo County Assessor's Office. The building was on the property before the Unified Zoning Ordinance took effect and doesn't meet the required 30 feet front yard setback from Rosedale Road and the south side yard setback. As the building sits now, it should not be interest to the public's health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of the community. Allowing the variances for this property should not affect the use and value of the area adjacent to the property. The petitioner purchased the Sandcut County Pizza business that is located northwest of the property in Zone C1, but the petitioner could not make the property work for what was planned. This property would need variances no matter what type of zoning. The property owner states their main priority and focus is to develop the lot to the north for a convenience market. The petitioner also mentioned that it is currently unknown what will be placed in the building. However, it will be maintained per the ordinance regulations of the C1 zoning. Based upon the written findings above, the staff does offer a favorable recommendation of this petition with the condition improvement location permit must be issued for any updates to the existing building. Yesterday morning, the commissioners did give approval for the zoning of this property.
Okay. Is there anyone here speaking to this? Yes. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't think I need to add anything other than I'd just like to thank Dave. She helped me with the rezoning and the variance request, so you guys got to go there. But other than that, I'm just here to answer any questions if you have any.
Okay, have any questions? Is there anyone here speaking in opposition to this? If not, we need a motion.
Motion for approval.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Next item, BZA 15/25V, 2875 West New Goshen Avenue, West Terre Haute.
Property owners are Michael and Cheryl Webster. The petitioners are requesting 3 variances: a 10-foot from the 25-foot front yard setback on West New Goshen Avenue, 4 feet from the 25-foot front yard setback on North Beach Place, and also 6,370 square feet reduction from the required 20,000 minimum lot area in a single-family residential suburban district, RS, as set forth in section 11.1, C2E1 of the Unified Zoning Ordinance for Vigo County. The petitioners, after having a major storm damage, will need to rebuild their home and detached garage. Being a corner lot that is approximately 13,630 square feet, it does not meet the minimum lot area requirement with a septic system. Fayette water is available to this property. The storm tore off the house roof, causing major damage to the inside of the home. The detached garage was leveled. The petitioner would like to add a 16 by 15 addition facing North Beach Place to put in another bathroom and an 8 by 29 feet addition for a covered front porch to the home. This will allow the petitioner to expand the rooms inside the home while continuing to be a 2-bedroom house for the septic system. The proposed detached garage will be smaller than the original built. The house was built in 1919 per the Vigo County Assessor's Office, and the detached garage was built in 1993. Allowing the reduction of the front yard setbacks for the additions on the existing home should not cause any issues to the public health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of this community. Other homes in this area on the corner lot are built into the required front yard setbacks. The platted lots in this area do not meet the required minimum lot area. Fixing up the existing home after the storm damage and expanding the rooms should not affect this area in a substantial adverse manner. The structure of the house will not change, and replacing the detached garage with a smaller size will not cause any issues. The addition that will be added towards North Beach Place will be even with the existing home. This addition will be to square off the kitchen and bathroom. The existing enclosed porch will be remodeled to expand the bedroom and living room. A covered back porch was added without permits in 2019. Vigo County Health Department environmentalists Anna Bunch stated that a septic contractor will need to prove that the covered back porch is more than 10 feet away from any components of the septic system. A platted corner lot that does not meet the required minimum lot size, along with having a septic system, makes it difficult for the petitioners to do anything on the property without asking for variances. Most of the properties located in this area do not meet the required lot size. The surrounding area is a mixed use of residential and agricultural zonings. Based on written findings above, staff does offer a favorable recommendation for the variances with the condition of an improvement location permit must be issued for all the remodel, new additions, and the proposed new detached garage.
Okay, is there anyone here representing this? Yes. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I did probe the septic tank for the bathroom addition, because the bathroom addition will stay within the existing foundation. I probed the septic tank and measured off, so it does meet the requirements to stay 10 feet back away from the edge of the septic system. Other than that, we'd like to put the front porch forward so he can have more square footage. I also drove my truck to the intersection, took a picture. You should have the pictures in your paperwork to show that it doesn't interfere with the vision going down the roadway.
Okay. Anything, Commissioner? Is there anyone here in opposition to this? If not, we need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay. BZA 16/25B, 9420 North Houghton Avenue Place, New Goshen. Okay.
The owners are Brian and Cynthia Judy. They're requesting 3 variances: 25 feet from the 25-foot front yard setback on North Houghton Place, 5 feet from the north 5-foot side setback, and 9,682 square feet from the required 20,000 minimum lot area in a single-family residential suburban district RS, as set forth in section 11(1) C2E1 G2 of the Unified Zoning Ordinance for Vigo County. The petitioners want to rebuild their 1967 26 by 32 detached garage after a major storm caused the garage to collapse. The original platted lot is approximately 10,318 square feet, and it does not meet the minimum lot area requirement with a septic system. Fayette water is available to this property. The existing home with the open front porch is approximately 1 foot from the property line. The house was built in 1910 according to the Vigo County Assessor's Office, and the detached garage in 1967. Allowing the petitioners to rebuild the detached garage should not cause any issues to the public health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of the community. Other houses in this area were built closer to the property line and they do not meet the required front yard setback. The petitioners are requesting a front variance in case another major storm causes any damage, they will be able to rebuild. On the back of the detached garage was a lean-to that the petitioners will not be replacing. Rebuilding the detached garage where it has been for the last 58 years should not affect this area in a substantial adverse manner. Vigo County Health Department Environmentals and a bunch has no concerns with the petitioners rebuilding the detached garage in the exact location. There was no septic system on file. However, in the future, if the septic system failed, the petitioners would have enough room to replace it. When an older platted lot does not meet the required 20,000 square feet, it limits the buildable space on the property. The petitioners are leaving the backyard the way it is for the existing septic system and any future replacement or repairs. The property is located on a dead-end road with limited traffic. This area is zoned residential except for the farm field to the north that is zoned A1. Based on written findings above, the staff does offer a favorable recommendation for the variance with the condition of the improvement location permit must be issued for the new detached garage.
Okay, is there anyone here representing the petition? Anything you'd like to add? Okay, Commission, have any questions? Okay, I guess, is there anyone here in opposition? Then I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay, on the one withdrawn, do we have to take any action on that?
We do not, since they withdrew it from the petition.
Okay. So the next item is, BZA 18/25 SE 4875 West Negotiation Avenue.
Property owner is Ryan Goodwin. The property owner is requesting a special exception use to continue the caregiver use in an existing building in an agricultural A1 zoning in section 18G1B of the Unified Zoning Ordinance for Vigo County. In 2023, the petitioner applied for a care receiver for his father-in-law and mother-in-law when his father-in-law got sick and they were unable to travel in their travel trailer. Since then, his father-in-law has passed away and his mother-in-law has had several medical issues. The petitioner would like to continue the care receiver use for her. The existing building was a pole barn that had a bathroom. The pole barn is hooked to the septic system on the property and has Fayette Township water. The petitioner states that his mother-in-law needs to stay close by so that his wife can continue to care for her. A physician's letter stated that his mother-in-law needs daily assistance was submitted with the application. In 2023, the Vigo County Building Inspector, Mr. Bays, looked over the pictures that Mr. Goodwin submitted and said the pole barn should be fine for the livable space. Since Mr. Bays wasn't the building inspection officer in 2017, he never inspected electrical or plumbing. There has not been any concerns with the pole barn since. Using the existing building for the care receiver home should not adversely affect the use or value of the property in this area. This care receiver's home is only granted for a temporary period of 2 years. If the petitioner no longer has a hardship to allow for this special exception, then the pole barn will need to be remodeled back to no livable quarters. Mr. Thompson, environmental health specialist with the Vigo County Health Department, said the existing septic system was adequate for this. Mr. Goodwin said he built the pole barn in 2017 as a man cave and didn't have any intentions of moving his in-laws in until his father-in-law became ill and unable to get around in their RV. The petitioner's wife is the only child, so her parents have relied on them. The care receiver has not had any complaints from any of the neighbors. The surrounding area is all zoned A1. There are just a few parcels to the east, being smaller, that are zoned a residential, single family. Based on the written findings above, the staff does offer a favorable recommendation to continue this, that the property owner will need to reapply in 2 years if the care receiver is still needed. Otherwise, the pole barn needs to be remodeled back to where it's not livable. And then staff would like to ask the board members, since this will be an ongoing case, since it's been twice in front of you, if you would consider having staff review this application every 2 years.
Okay, is the petitioner here? Anything you'd like to add? Okay, you need a separate motion on the,
Probably just one.
Just one's fine.
we can cover it?
Yeah,
I
if you're
would-
willing to, if you wanna say that you approve this and you would allow us staff to do
I
it,
would
so he
move-
doesn't have to come
I
back.
would move for a approval of the variance and to allow staff to handle it from now on.
I'll second that.
Okay,
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay, we need to affirm the,
Motion to approve the findings of fact
that's right.
from our previous meeting. I make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion approved. Anybody willing to make the last one?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
There's nobody left, Norm. We have to be, we have to be adjourned.
we got rid of them.
I didn't even ask if anybody's opposed.
There wasn't
I
anybody
was like-
opposed, was it?
No. I had so many call me, I'm like, we're not
Yeah,
talking about
not
it,
doing
we're not
it,
talking
yeah.
about it, we're not talking about
Was that what, you kicked those 3 people out?
it. I did. Well, I did, I just told you there will be no discussion on that one since it was.
Yep,
Oh.
withdrawn.